Hello, my lovelies. It's Cupid. Now, I want to apologize before I start anything for my absence. School has just been a lot lately, but I finally figured that out, and so hopefully I will be posting every other week. And it might not be on Wednesday, but I'm going to try to post every other week. So 1 week me, and then 1 week Lauren, and hopefully this just keeps going, and I won't take any more breaks. But you never know. But fingers crossed, it's my intention not to miss any more videos. But I have some exciting news. Today, I've been working really hard on this video for you guys, and I think it's a very exciting video. And so, this is going to be of Historical Importance, Volume 2, The Great Schism.
Whether or not you are the Catholic faith, you cannot deny that Catholicism has made an incredible impact on the history of the world. This is one of those stories, and ultimately, the beginning of their downfall.
Now, before we begin, we need some background on how popes become elected. To be elected pope, first, the previous pope has to either die or resign. Once you're elected pope, you continue to be pope unless you resign or until you're dead. Now, when a pope dies, a new pope must be elected. To be elected pope, you already have to be a cardinal, and you have to run and be nominated by your other cardinals, which is called the College of Cardinals. And these are the select and a very elite group of cardinals, as there are very many of them. But these are the select few that actually get to participate and vote in these papal elections. And so, to become pope, you have to have the College of Cardinals vote for you at an overwhelming majority.
When Pope Benedict the 11th died, King Philip the Fourth of France made sure that his fellow French cardinal became pope. This pope took the name of Clement V, and he moved the papal court from Rome to Avignon, France. After this, 7 successive French men became pope. This became known as Babylonian captivity. This lasted from 1305 to 1377.
This did not go over too well for the other nations in Europe because the Avignon court, being in France and being all 7 of the popes were French, everyone knew that the papal court was heavily influenced by whoever the French king was at that time.
Pope Gregory the 11th moved the papal court from Avignon to Rome in 1377. But he died a year later. The Roman citizens demanded the cardinals elect an Italian as pope next, and so they did. Pope Urban VI became pope, but unfortunately, he angered the cardinals by reducing both their wealth and their privileges.
The cardinals were especially angry with the new pope, especially the French cardinals. So they got together, decided that Pope Urban's election was irregular, and asked for him to resign. Of course he refused, and so they did what they thought was necessary, elect another French pope.
Pope Clement VII moved his papal court back to Avignon, while Urban still remained pope in Rome. Both popes excommunicated each other from the Holy Mother Church. The formation of 2 popes and 2 separate papal courts split the loyalties of all of Europe. France, Burgundy, Scotland, and Castile supported Clement and the French papacy, while England, the Holy Roman Empire, Poland, and Hungary supported Urban. Portugal switched 4 times depending on which alliance offered the most advantages, and each pope declared that all those who followed the other were to be deprived of the rights of church membership. Therefore, everyone in Europe was excommunicated by one pope or another. At this time, church law stated that only a pope could summon a general council of the church, sort of like a parliament for high churchmen. But given the state of confusion, many argued that the crisis had justified organizing a general council to represent the body of the faithful, even against the Pope or both Popes' wishes. This became the conciliar movement, where the cardinals or an emperor could call a council. But it wasn't until 1408, after 3 popes had already succeeded Urban and one Clement, that the conciliar movement succeeded. When cardinals from both sides met and decided that the only way to purify the church was to get rid of both current popes.
They held council at Pisa, where both Gregory XII and Benedict XII refused to attend. And so the council decided that they would elect a new pope and depose both current popes.
The pope they elected was Pope Alexander V. But, unfortunately for his rule, the 2 deposed popes refused to step down, despite the fact that most European powers had abandoned them in favor of Pope Alexander V. So now they went from having 2 popes to having 3 popes. On the Roman line, there was Gregory XII, Avignon line, Benedict XII, and then Pisan line, Alexander V. Just to make things even more complicated, Alexander V died just a year into his papacy. Pope John XXII succeeded him, and he asked the Holy Roman Emperor, Sigmund, to arrange another council. This was the Council of Constance. They met between 1414 and 1418 to resolve the papal crisis and to institute church reforms. They acknowledged the Pisan line as the legitimate papal line, but as John created many political rivals, the English, French, and the Germans asked for his abdication. He refused at first, but then on March 2nd, 1415, he agreed, as long as Gregory resigned as well. Yet, on March 20th, he fled, hoping to deprive the council of their authority, but the council pronounced themselves supreme and ordered his arrest, and deposed him on May 29th, 1415, and received both Gregory and Benedict's resignation. Pope Martin V was elected Pope and therefore ended the schism in 1417, as there was now only one singular Pope in Rome. Most of these popes are now considered anti-popes as they threatened the legitimacy of the elected Bishop of Rome.
The Great Schism between 1378 and 1417 was considered the beginning of the downfall of the Catholic Church, as many Europeans saw them as corrupt and susceptible to just mass confusion, and they began to actually look into the Catholic Church and see their corruptedness and how they could be reformed, and this eventually led on to humanism and to Protestantism. Alright guys, that is it for me today. I hope you found this really interesting. I do, because it's 3 popes at the same time. Like, that's unheard of. Well, I mean, obviously it's not unheard of because it happened, but like, you would never think that would happen today, and that's because the church has been reformed since then. But anyways, I think it's incredibly interesting, and it's a huge, incredible mess, and it's very important to history. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. If you have any questions, or if you want to share some other information, put it down in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to read those or answer any questions that you might have. And hopefully we will do this again really, really soon. Alright, that's it for me. This is Cupid, signing off. Love you guys.